First start of the year and it's at altitude. How tough was that?
Yeah, it was pretty tough. The boys talked about it throughout the week. There's a bit of a burning sensation you get just before the 20-minute mark and mentally pushing through that. But to get through 80 minutes, I was quite pleased. I always knew that my body had 80 minutes in me. I just think the altitude took a little bit out of it, but other than that, I was happy with it.
First start, and you also get named in the Sansa Team of the Week, Super Rugby Team of the Week. How pleasing was that, particularly considering your brother was in that side only a week ago?
Yeah, obviously it's pretty cool. But you know, I'd trade that for the win on the weekend, if I'm being honest. But yeah, like I said, it's pretty cool to get those little accolades, but at the end of the day, it's a team sport and I wouldn't be able to do it without my teammates, so full credit to them.
Was there much chat between you and your brother after you were named in the Super Rugby Team of the Week?
No, we don't really talk about that. You know, as I said before, those are just little accolades that if you can collect along the way, then yeah, those are cool. But it's a team sport, and I actually haven't spoken to him for a couple of weeks now, but I'm sure he'd be the same.
The opportunity to get away, start 2 games in a row, do you think it's been easier not having Will here on this tour so that you're able to sort of assert yourself a little bit more amongst the group?
Yes and no. I mean, yes, it's obviously fun and it's enjoyable and it's awesome that you get to start, but at the same time, Willie G brings a lot of experience, and sometimes just having that extra brain to butt heads with or bounce ideas off is enjoyable for me. And I've got young Harrison Goddard with me now, and he brings some great ideas, and he's got some great, exciting young talent that we're butting heads, or not butting heads with, but bouncing ideas off each other. So that's fun in its own way, but yeah, it's different without Willie G here. I'm sure he's training hard back home and ready to go, and I can't wait for him to be back in the squad, to be honest.
Looking forward now to the Stormers game. What's been the focus this week, and are you going into this game more confident than the Bulls one?
Focus this week is probably our intensity again. I think if you look at the best teams in the competition, they turn up week in, week out. They don't drop many flaws in their game, and if anything, they keep building. So even though we lost last week, we're looking to not rebuild, but build on what worked for us well last week against the Bulls, and maybe fix some of those areas that we let slack off against them, and rectify this week against Stormers.
Cape Town's a city that a couple of your coaches know pretty well, and this week we've been training out at Bishop's College. What sort of insight has Dave given you about the mentality of South African rugby, and has that helped at all in your preparations?
The insight's pretty generalised. I mean, South Africans love to win. They're pretty passionate community and country, and I think they're pretty passionate about their rugby too. You can see it within their local fans. Some of the gatherings we're getting at schools up in Pretoria and here in Cape Town at the moment. But just the love of the game they have, I think, you know, it's a great thing. I think what they've brought is a real intensity. You're walking into their back door really, looking to play in front of their home crowd in their stadium, so it's going to be a big challenge.
Getting an opportunity to go away for 2 weeks at a unique environment like Africa with the team, what's that done for the team culture? Have you noticed people come out of their shells more? How's the team dynamic changed this fortnight?
Yeah, being away on tour with the boys is always fun. You get to know everyone pretty well, or get to know people that you didn't know well better throughout the tour. I think Matty Phillips really come into his own. And I think he's joined by great Sam Jeffries now, so the two Eskimos, I'd say in the pack, looking to bring some good humour. But no, the boys have gelled well. It's always fun getting away, getting to know your teammates off the field, and I think a few of us have really done that pretty well, and the rest of us are still doing it, but in general it's been awesome.
Best of luck for this weekend.
Cheers, thanks.